All right. It's Power 105.3, Atlanta's #1 hit music station. My name is Antoinette, but you can call me Toni if you know me. And I feel like you're about to get to know me, girl.
Hey, Toni.
What's your name? So
I'm Victoria Monét.
Victoria Monét. I have to say, everything is everything. The face is facing.
Oh,
the hair is
you. And you look so beautiful, too.
Girl, don't even get me started.
My gosh, why is she on the radio?
No,
she needs to be on camera.
Talk about that afterward, okay? I've been such a fan of you for years. Like, I remember listening to Jaguar like in 2020 in my college apartment and just like, wow, this girl is amazing. Like, you set a vibe. That's one thing you know how to do with your music. I saw you at Soul Bloom in 2020 something.
Maybe
Soul Bloom?
3?
Yeah, as soon as I walked in, you were leaving stage. So I'm so mad because this time I have to see you on this stage.
You have to come.
Exactly. Tell me about how excited you are to be going back on tour with Bruno Mars, Romantic Tour. You're going overseas, though.
Honestly, I'm very nervous, but really excited because I feel like the overseas crowd, because I'm an American artist and they know that I'm not over there as much as I am in my homelands, I feel like they're super supportive and receptive to everything. I had a great experience touring there before. I had my first headlining shows in London in 2023. Not long before Grammy nominations, or actually I think right after Grammy nominations.
Okay.
So I was in LA, and the day of the Grammy nominations, they came out, and that same day I caught a flight to Europe to do my headlining tour. God. So I feel like I have a special place in my heart for Europe, for London, especially from Manchester.
Like after getting that news that you got nominated?
I was in that first class, like, more mimosas. I'm celebrating.
Absolutely, as you should.
It was great, yeah.
Now you have won officially 3 Grammys now.
Yes.
And one of them was Best New Artist. And like I said, I've been a fan of your music for so long. So when I see people get that Best New Artist nomination, to me, I'm like, what do you mean Best New Artist? You know what I mean?
Right.
What comes with it after you win something like that? How does everything change for you? Like your schedule, the bookings, and things like that?
It definitely was like a whirlwind right after. I was already very busy before, but I think people held me in a different regard. I think getting not acknowledged by the Recording Academy is almost like getting a verified badge. Much more important, of course, but just some people associate with you differently after something like that. So the caliber of calls, the price went up.
The price went up.
You know what I'm saying? Energetically, I felt more respected. And it's interesting that just holding an award can do that, even though I'm the same person I was the day before that.
Not the same, though. That's Grammy award
you see
winning.
What I'm saying? No, it's just like a different energy that people approach you with. So just kind of knowing that, and knowing maybe, I think really, really being intentional with who I trust and who was there before those moments, taking note of that, and knowing who valued me before additional titling, you know?
Yeah. Even today, like your crew, everyone's very like personal. You have your cousin here.
Yeah.
You have our friend Sam over there. You guys had a good time over across the street. How important is it to you to keep like family nearby, or like friends that you've had, like you said before, getting all the accolades and different type of attention?
I really find that the people who keep their crew of people like their mom around, parents or childhood friends or family, they never lose their sense. They never lose their mind. So I think being in the limelight and experiencing tour and experiencing people liking you in a certain way when you enter a room, it's not normal. It's not a normal thing, and sometimes you can get caught up in that feeling and you're not really sure who's for you or who's for what you do publicly, and like technically for your job.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very important for me to keep people who I know personally around, the pick-me-ups, the comedy, the people that know me for me, regardless of my title in music, award or no award. I love that.
Vicky. Yeah. Now, that beautiful daughter of yours, Hazel,
thank you.
She just had a birthday.
She did.
How was Disney?
It was great.
Yes.
It was great. She had the time of her life. She was such a good girl that day. That emphasis on that day. Yes, that day.
Being 5 would do that to you.
No, seriously. She's 5 going on 15. But she had a wonderful time. She keeps talking about the Star Wars ride, even though it was one she was actually kind of scared of during the ride. But I think her MO was just to really feel like, I want to do that again because I conquered something and I feel like a big girl and I did something I was afraid of. Aww. So I've been very proud of her.
She is so sweet. Like, I remember when she first started like talking and you would have her sing and like, is she still in the stew herself?
She's the same girly.
I love that.
She's still making up songs. Her latest rap song is called
rap song.
Her latest rap. She freestyled it in this ramen bar, and she was like, I think I would title it "I'm Hungry."
Okay.
Because she was like, "I'm hungry. What I do? What I do?
Come
I'm
on,
hungry.
Hazel.
What I do? What I do? Hey, wake up in the morning and I'm hungry."
Oh, she has
like,
bars.
No, she's. I'm like, you're kind of better than a lot of people at 5. So I'm definitely trying to nourish her natural want to perform and to make music, and so she's on my album.
I love that.
Yeah,
the new album.
She's on the new album.
Okay, so is she getting like her own credit, like featuring Hazel Monét?
Yes. Why, yes. I'm using my Black nepotism.
Okay, we love Black Nepo.
Yes, so she's definitely featured on the album. She's going to get publishing and all that.
Oh wow.
But she's singing and she's amazing. So.
I love that for her.
Yeah.
Now you include her in a couple of different things because you've been doing like a lot of side quests. You're in culinary school, which is crazy.
Yes.
And you're an author.
Yes.
So she read part of the audiobook. What's that like hearing your daughter read those words that you mean to her?
So sweet. So sweet. Like it kind of makes me wish I had those types of moments with my mom, like more documented moments to see what it was like to get more into like a peek into my childhood and what, if any of what I'm doing is just instinct or natural to me, or like when did this happen and how did it happen? Sometimes you kind of forget.
You do.
As you go through life, you're like, well, yeah, I feel like I've always done this, but I'm not sure because there's no real record of it.
Yeah.
But so I think that's why maybe I'm kind of overcompensating for
so
Hazel, just filming everything and like just making sure I'm documenting it all, recording her, and so she has a good foundation and she'll always know who she always was.
I love that. I feel like it's really important because I do that myself. Like my mom gets irritated with me. She's like, stop asking me questions. Like I don't remember. I'm like, we have a bunch of pictures, but she's like, Antoinette, just like, I loved you, okay?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
It's like you still want that, like, memory that you guys have special together.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be one day when the world has like chips in their arms and we can rewind it to a certain day and be like, this is what I saw. Like, how the meta glasses.
I'm terrified of those. Do you have any?
I do.
See if you're watching people.
No, I don't turn them on with like with people like that. I think that's kind of like disrespectful. I feel like people should always know when they are being filmed.
That's my fear. I've like people say like if you wear those, you'd wear a wire.
I mean, I actually enjoyed my experience with them because if I'm cooking, I need both hands so it can give me like great content. But also I've worn them on stage, so it was cool to expose. Actually, for our iHeart Festival, I wore the Meta Ray-Ban glasses for the intro of my show, and it gave people the sense of what I'm seeing from an artist's perspective, which you usually don't see. So that was a cool experience, but I'm definitely not just wearing them outside like I'm filming you. That's weird.
No, I'm always terrified. Like when I see someone's little tap
the lights
going on, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
No, I feel you on that, but they're cute though. Yeah. Now, this single Let Me, is very cute, very sexy, very sensual.
Thank you.
But one question I want to know, and what's your like definition of a ride or die? Because sometimes you can ride, sometimes you can die. And sometimes when you go too
dying
much,
hurts.
Dying hurts,
I think that for me, in the context of the song, I'm just talking about if my partner were to come to me and say they're struggling with such and such, it's not an ultimatum for me to like either they fix it or I leave. It's more so I'm down to go through this with you if you can explain a plan, if you can let's talk through it together. If you don't have that communication, it's a little bit harder for me to die on that hill.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It seems like you're living an alternate life and everyone all right? No, it's okay. You just like seems like you're living an alternate life for really I don't know all of you if I don't know what's wrong.
Exactly.
So just offering that and letting someone have the opportunity to open up.
How long do you give people to open up?
I don't think I had a timeline in mind, to be honest. I definitely don't think day one it has to be spill all
on the
beans,
table. Yeah.
But I'm willing to work to build somebody's trust.
Yeah. Okay. See, I'm a little impatient. I'm like, I don't need to know by week 3, but like by month 2 or 3, I need to know. So why do you act like that? You know, is it like what happened to you? Because you kind of weird. But if I get it, I'm more willing to work with you.
Understood. Okay.
Well, don't look at me like I'm crazy now, because
it's definitely not crazy. I think everyone has their own timelines, and that's cool depending on who you're talking to. Because I would hate for either of us to rush somebody into telling us something, and then we miss out on gold, or wait too long to ask somebody something and find out that they're crazy. Exactly. So there's like, you kind of have to play it by ear. You know what I mean?
It's weird dating and everything. I don't know if you are dating right now. You said super single.
I'm very super single.
Are you on any apps? Do you do that?
No.
How do you even like date while famous?
Right.
That's a great question.
Right.
Let's come back to that.
I feel like there needs to be like a more leveled up dating
service. And
like connect the girlies with the girlies, like just a higher caliber. I guess they have that, right? There's like some kind of invite only app.
It's called Raya. Not that I've seen it or anything. I'm just saying.
Not that I'm on it or anything. I don't know.
You know.
Yeah, no. I mean, maybe it's not even an app. Maybe it's more so like a social night. Like like in New York or in LA or in Atlanta, there's like a night where this caliber of singles comes, and we're like,
you could host it. You could come up with something, do a curated me and you know what I mean? Saucy Sundays and saucy single Sundays. You know what I mean?
Single Sundays.
Too, girl, because I'm looking. So, you know, I got, you got some good friends, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's a cute idea, actually.
I love it. So I am nearing the 30s era.
Yep.
And a lot of my friends are also. And I don't want to ask your age. You can share if you're wanting to. But what have the 30s been like? What do people have to look forward to? What do you see as the biggest difference from when you were in your 20s into now, the woman that you are today?
You know what's interesting? When I feel like when my mom was my age, she had a 16-year-old. And I cannot for the life of me imagine me with a 16-year-old. And then like the way she acted, I feel like 30s looked differently for our parents and for our grandparents. For sure. Like people were on kid number 6. People like they were already, you know, wearing the fajas in the house. Like just it was a different life. And I feel like we're holding on to our independence a little bit longer. It's almost giving like, yeah, let's spend the first half single and free, and then when I'm 50 I'll get married and spend the second half coupled up. But before, I mean, my grandma, my great grandma were married at 18, 19 and just never separated. So it's an interesting dynamic to see.
They're still together though?
Well, they did, but yes.
You know what? It's okay. They had a beautiful time together.
They did.
They did.
I'm just joking. They had a beautiful time together, and they were married until the end, for sure. My great-grandparents. My grandparents, on the other hand, they got divorced, and then they didn't get back together until we were on a family trip, and I put my grandma's luggage in my grandpa's room.
Oh,
and
so you were doing like some Disney stuff. Like,
yes, and they reconnected, and then they were together from that point again. They rekindled their relationship.
That was like the Parent Trap. Wasn't that like the...
Something like that. Yeah, that was my goal. I was watching a lot of movies then.
So you need to create a matchmaking service, because clearly you know something about like...
I can't match myself, so I don't know if anybody would sign up, but I'm down.
Girl, you need to do something like that. So I have a couple of listener questions.
Okay.
So I want to ask a couple things. So Maggie from Atlanta says, how does Miss Monét manage her time being a star, a mommy, a chef, and that body? How? Because you never see it when you're on stage. The abs are poking me. You don't get face, girl.
You know what? The days are 5 days long. I feel like it's just, I start at 4 a.m. My days wrap a lot of times at 10 p.m., 10:30, 11. So it's a full day of work. But I don't feel like I technically work a day in my life, because I'm doing what I love to do, and I'm obsessed with my daughter. So spending time with her feels like a hangout with your best friend. So that. There's a lot to balance, but day by day I get it done.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Yeah. Nikita is asking, when is the album dropping, and is it Thundercat themed?
Thundercat theme. When they say Thundercat theme, do they mean the artist Thundercat, like his style? You think?
Maybe his style.
Or is it like Jaguar was a big cat and so now this is like a thunder cat, like a rainy
No, I think the
style.
vibe, the style, yeah.
No, actually. For a moment in time I was exploring yacht rock music, which I think is more along the lines of Thundercat. So I would say the overall scheme of the album does not feel like Thundercat style. But he could be on it. Could be.
Okay. We love it.
And the album is definitely coming out this year. I haven't announced the date yet, so please sit tight for it, but it is coming.
What do you want people to look like when they come see you on tour? Because everyone has like a vibe.
Oh, wardrobe?
Theme. Yeah.
I think whatever makes them feel hot. You know, I want people to feel comfortable and hot. Like, if you don't feel good in those shoes, don't wear those shoes, even if they're cute. I want you to feel sexy, but I also want you to feel comfortable and free. I love when people come in brown. I think every skin tone looks really beautiful in brown tones. I love it. And I'm still there. I don't want to say like this era you should be different, you know, but I'll always forever love the colors of like earthy colors.
Yeah,
so the color of stone, the color of soil, even the color of deep trees like greens and
grainy forestry type of thing.
Yeah, clay, you know, all of those colorways.
Neutral colors. I mean, I wore my brown today because
you
I know
look
like
so cute.
Thank you. I was trying to do a little bit of, I don't think this is Jaguar, but you know,
leopard,
leopardy, just like a little cat.
It's in the big cat
brown,
family,
you know. And I always think of the brown heart emoji when I think of you. So I'm always like, she owns the color brown, and I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we get out of here, I'm gonna play a little game called The Last Time.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be the last time you did some of these things. Okay.
Okay.
So when is the last time you had a pinch me moment? What is even happening? Is this real?
The last pinch me moment, probably the call to go on tour with Bruno. I'm like, wow, this is happening. How did you react?
Because you kind of manifested that.
Screaming.
Yeah,
definitely screaming, for sure. So I just want to show up and do my best, and like also excited for the opportunity to study. Being on tour with someone allows you to watch them every night. So I'm happy to be a student at the show.
And it's a stadium tour, so it's going to be huge.
Stadium tour, screaming.
I'm excited. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
A little bit different, but when's the last time you had butterflies? The good ones.
It's been a long time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like really long.
What gives you butterflies though? Like when you're on a date with someone, they're just saying all the right things.
I think a little bit of tension gives me butterflies, but then like it's not the tension that gives me butterflies, it's the final reveal. Like when I finally get to see them, or when they finally say something that I've kind of wanted them to say or wanted to hear them say. Or a compliment that just makes me feel like a little girl.
So what is like a thing where like if you tell me this, it's different from you're just so beautiful?
This is like if you say good girl,
ooh, child.
Please.
I don't think that goes on Power 105.3, but I heard you.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We're grown. We're grown.
That's my cousin's like, yeah.
We're grown. You know? And then last one. When's the last time you checked your bank account?
That's an interesting question. I haven't checked it in a very long time.
That is rich people business. I love that.
I worked a long time to get to not be checking. Okay.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Victoria, for coming. I love the song Let Me. Cannot wait for the album whenever it is going to be coming out. I'll be wearing my brown and everything else. Where can people find you and more music?
You can find me at Victoria Monét. The last name is Monet. On every app. So I've got a X, I've got a Instagram, a TikTok, a Facebook, a Threads.
Everything.
No OnlyFans though.
Not OnlyFans. No. None of that. All right. Well, Miss Victoria, thank you so much for joining us. It's Toni on Power 105.3, the Estes Services Music Lounge. Thank you.